All right. Speaking of some dramatics, some sad dramatics, our last topic is about Brittney Griner. She's being transferred from wherever she was at to a Russian penal colony. And I think they knew this was coming, but they're not telling her lawyers or her family where exactly she's going. So, like, she's just, like, in the cloud right now. It's very strange.
Yeah, it's very scary. And I didn't even know what a penal colony was, so we looked it up, and it's much worse than where she was now, obviously, but it's a network of prison camps in which prisoners are housed in barracks and perform labor. And penal colonies are the descendants of Russia's Soviet-era forced labor camps. So
that's a much different thing than what we experience in the United States if we go to jail.
Yeah, it's different from her being in a jail cell to now going to a labor camp.
Right. And I'm not saying, like, she didn't break law or whatever. It's just an unfortunate situation for any U.S. citizen to be in. And I would hope that if any U.S. citizen was in this predicament, that people would be as upset as they are with Brittney Griner. Probably would not be because she's famous. But, like, to have a citizen going to a penal colony for a vape pen, that shit's wild.
Yeah. And I think, too, though, like, yes, she's getting coverage, but I also don't think she's getting as much coverage as you would expect. And even when this incident initially first happened a few months ago, like, people were not talking about it. And I thought that was very suspicious and very strange. And then I think the media got enough, like, pushback that was like, what's going on here? Like, you need to tell the people, is when they started reporting on it more. But, like, I hadn't even heard that she was moved to a penal colony, and that it literally, this first sentence says, like, a move her family has dreaded since Griner's August conviction on drug charges, but her lawyers don't know where she is or where she's heading. Like, that is petrifying.
What if we lose her? Like, what if there's, like, we lost her? She's gone.
Yes, exactly. It's truly frightening, and I feel so bad for her. I could not imagine what she's going through mentally, emotionally, and physically. Like, awful.
This is what's so strange about it with the media. She's one of the best women's basketball players that we've ever seen. Let's imagine from a men's side that, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good comparison for her.
I immediately thought of Tom Brady for some reason.
I was thinking basketball, but like someone like Ja Morant. Let's say Ja Morant, for example, at this point. It happens to him. People are going to go nuts. We're going to talk about this every single day of our lives. If it's somebody like him or Tom Brady or whoever, like, it's not going to go a day without being talked about on every news outlet. So that's why it's so sad, because she's truly just not getting the coverage she would get if she were a man.
I think if she were, like, I think the lack of coverage is not just because she's a woman. I think it's because she's a Black woman, and I think it could also be because she's gay as well.
That's like a triple whammy.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, in our country, but in this world as well. And I think that, like, if you even, like, again, she's one of the best women's basketball players. So if you can even compare that directly to, like, LeBron James. Like, if this was happening to LeBron James, our country would be up in flames. Like, they would be boycotting in the streets. Like, they would figure it out. And I feel like our administration or the people fighting for him, like, would have figured it out, where I just feel like there's a complete lack of honestly, like being totally frank, care about her being over there. Like, yeah, we're going to keep publishing our articles, which is great, but like, what are the action steps?
If it were truly LeBron James, I think it would honestly have political ramifications in this country with the elections.
Yep.
Like, that's how dire
agree.
it would be.
Yeah.
Which is insane. And again, about.
Yes. And I don't want to like minimize, because there's Americans like taken as prisoners in Okay, I think we're good. That was Lily starting.
Lily.
And there wasn't even a sound, so I don't understand. Anyways, I think that, like I was saying, I don't want to minimize the fact that, yes, she is getting coverage comparatively to other Americans who are taken prisoner or arrested for juvenile things like this. And it is really sad, but I feel like, yeah, as a country, we should be fighting for all of them.
Right. Even if they don't get any sort of coverage, which a normal citizen like you or I would not get coverage on this. And Joe Biden would not talk about us. He would not be bringing us back. So
no, we would be gone. And I think it's just like unfortunate scenario. And yeah, it makes me like, that's why I feel like when people talk about visiting another country and all that, like, yes, it's fun and great and awesome and an amazing experience, but like, make sure you read up on the country and their legal guide, all of that stuff. And as something as innocent as having like a vape pod in the US, which is like whatever, is so extremely like an awful thing, clearly, to get you arrested forever or about something in Russia.
Yeah,
I also think it's like a political thing that they're doing
in Russia,
because it is
towards
the
US.
Not a, yes, like it's not just a regular citizen. It is a more high profile citizen. So they're like, screw you guys.
Yeah, they even put in the article, they're like, officials have said they hoped Russia would be more inclined to negotiate in good faith once the midterm elections were over, knowing that Putin's government would not want to give President Joe Biden a potential political victory.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like after the 2024 election at that point then, if that's what we're going by.
And now Brittney is on her way to a penal colony. Like,
allegedly.
Yes, and who knows, like,
maybe
that's almost 2 years away. Like, I'm just praying and hoping for her safety and the best for her. Like, as much as what, I don't even know what you would say the best is, but, and I can only imagine just how, like, her family, her friends, like, her community feels. I think that we definitely over here are thinking about her, and that's why I thought it was important, like, we included this article, because I don't think she's getting the coverage that she deserves.
That's facts. I agree. That's very sad. That's a sad note to end on.
It is a sad note.
Anything good to say? Anything positive in our lives recently?
Anything positive? Well, I think this episode is a positive because we have been trying to figure out how to like cover sports more, because obviously we want more of a focus on the podcast and doing like fun subjects like hot takes and our Christmas bracket and all of that good stuff is all good and fun. But at the end of the day, like Kelsey and I are passionate about sports and we enjoy it, and we want to cover more subjects that you wouldn't really see the traditional audience covering, I guess. And I think it's pretty cool that two females are coming together and covering the topics that we want to cover, like Aaron Rodgers' ugly man bun.
That's an important topic that needs to be discussed with the world. I agree. We got some good feedback on that. So,
yeah, people were very much for the hate on the man bun. And then there was just one person who was like, you're not going to appeal to a male audience. And we were like, okay, we don't care.
That was on the YouTube. Check out the YouTube channel.
Oh, that was on the YouTube? I went and looked at TikTok to see if it was there, and I thought you deleted the comment because I thought it was on TikTok.
No, it was on the YouTube. Check that one out.
Yeah, definitely check that out. TikTok, Reels, Instagram, all of the stuff.
All the stuff. Lots of fun.